Indian television is so far behind in quality that, as I said, uh, there has to be somewhere that the change starts. And Nilanjana, we depend on people like you for the change. And I know one person can't do it alone, but we've seen the power of what you did with Dharkan. We've seen the power of what good writing can do to.
So no, I am developing shows, okay, but I also think that my audience is not on TV anymore, because if I want to write what I want to write, what really comes from within me, it will not be palatable on a shared screen. It, like I said, I've done a lot of subversive things, but I don't want to be subversive anymore. I really want to, openly write about women, write about what happens with women. I want to talk about, there are different kinds of dealing with. There's a Handmaid's Tale also, and then there is the Bold type also. There is Sweet Magnolias also. There is Ginny and Georgia also. There are all kinds, right? There are all kinds of Big Little Lies. So there are stories of, and India especially, because, there are so many different mindsets. The homogeneity is so less. There are different issues and different ways of dealing with issues. I think it differs from city to city. And I want to talk about that. And I want an audience for it. If it's going to be OTT, I would be happy. Very honestly.
I think OTT gives you that platform to experiment, of course, but that there will never be the homogeneity that you're looking for in audience anywhere in the world,
No,
even here for that.
Not homogeneity. I'm saying that on OTT, my only thing is that if I want to tell stories of women and I want women to watch it, the stories I want to tell, they can watch on a personal screen. They will not be able to watch it on a shared screen.
Go ahead, tell those stories. We're waiting for it. We are, but also I think every content will find its audience.
Yes, it does. I believe in the long tail a lot. Okay, that like, let's talk about Dharkan. People are still watching it.
Yes.
It's not that they have stopped watching it, right? And I do believe shows like Dharkan have a long tail, and people will keep watching it, over time, and that's very good. I would be happy to do television shows if there was as much commitment to the purpose of the storytelling as I have. And that commitment comes at a price for the broadcaster. So I don't even blame them for not, it's a business. They're all running businesses and they have to show profits. And they're all employees. First, let's start there.
Nobody's asking them to create 11 shows that run for 11 years, because nobody has patience. It might have worked in another generation, but nobody has that patience anymore. We rather do seasons for shows. Like, we'd love for you to bring in another season for Dharkan. Love for you to carry on the story. What happens to Nikhil and Deepika after they get married? How do they deal with each other's egos? How do they deal with marriage? Let them love for that to be another show. But it doesn't have to be now. It could be 2 years, 3 years from now. It could be anything. But
right.
We'd love for shows to have seasons rather than 6 days a week of nothing.
So that is also where the quality suffers, right? Right from the writing to the execution to everything, because 6 days a week it's murder. It really is murder. I mean, people are doing.
I think Colors now has 7 days a week also.
Well, okay. I mean, I'm just saying that's like, I see people working on these shows and I see the kind of pressure that they live under, and where will anyone, वो कहते हैं ना कि अगर पेट में रोटी हो ना और छत हो, तब आप बाकी चीजों के बारे में सोचते हो.
Obviously. As a writer, I can imagine that you have to write under pressure. You might not be able to write. Where's the creativity?
I take career breaks. Okay, so I do that because it's important for me to read that. And, I can afford to do that, Miral, because I am single. I don't have a family to feed. Right? So I can afford. I'm very conscious of my privilege. I can afford to do it. Right? I don't have, I'm not running a big production house where people are dependent on me for salaries. it's a very small operation, so, and it's consciously not, we've not scaled it up for that reason, because I know that as a writer and as a producer, as a maker, as a showrunner, I need my breaks. Otherwise, I'll burn out completely. And that's what is happening to a lot of people, because the kind of pressures that the Indian television industry goes through, it's, behind all the glamour, behind all the Insta posts, everybody's trying to, make the best of their lives.
Everybody's marketing themselves all the time. Absolutely.
So the thing is, like, and everybody's insecure because it's that if a show is a hit, if it is not, you don't know, right? Even when you're taking up a show as an actor, or your families to feed, you have to survive. You don't know if the show is going to be on air for even 6 weeks. That was different. It's different now.
The risks are different. Yeah, totally. I get
so
it.
In
totally.
that, at a certain, I'm not trying to make excuses for anything, but I understand. I do understand, that why it is so difficult to break the chain, to change the status quo in society and in media. Both, because we are still like, we're not a rich country. People are struggling to make ends meet, so उसमें कहाँ औरत को time है कि सोचे यार उनके लिए अभी मतलब, I mean, you wake up at 4 in the morning and you go to sleep at 1 and then you're up again. What life? And so they all, and that's one thing I've realized, that the change that has happened in women who are middle class and lower middle class is that they want their children to study. They want their daughters to study. Like unke liye na, it's over. Nothing is going to change, but they do fight for their daughters. And that is a change that is a very good change that's happening. At least you make it. Like my mother had told me, that never be dependent on anyone. So today, if more and more women tell their daughters just that much, and it's happening, that one can see that they want their children, even the daughters, to study, to come first. If they have to, like, if they say part-time maids, part-time guys, if they have to do like 2 ghar extra, so that the daughter can also go to school or the daughter can get a laptop, it's a huge deal. And the pandemic has actually made things so much more difficult for everyone. For them too. I mean, the moment your average income in a household goes down by 200 rupees, it's the girl who will first lose all her. Yeah. So, I mean, that is the reality that we live in. So, I mean, of course, it's a good thing to think about that, how can we make a change? But it has, creators, writers, actors, who have some amount of privilege like me, can afford to do that. And it takes somebody on the other side, like a Danish, to say that, to have the gumption to say, ki, theek hai, chal, pickte hai, ratings don't matter.
Brilliant.
That's the thing.
Nilanjana, thank you so much for this chat. I absolutely loved chatting with you. And we hope to keep chatting with you for more. And we can't wait to see what else you have come in out of your pen now that we know you're writing for 2
That's a lot of pressure.
Yes, because you set the standard so high. You have, definitely.